get people that come up to me all the time and they're like, "Oh, blindness, that must be so scary." And my response is, "Oh, sight, that must be so scary." Because really, it's all I've ever known, just like sight is all you've ever known. So, to me, it's no big deal. And I've always kind of been the guy who needs to prove to the rest of the world that we blind people are completely capable. Just that roles kind of just come onto me, through advocating for friends and that kind of stuff, and just explaining day to day how I'm blind but I'm normal and capable and blah blah blah. So I was in 4th grade. My mother reads me this article in the newspaper. She says, "Oh, there's a blind guy that climbed Mount Everest, and his name's Eric Weinmeier. Wouldn't you like to do that someday?" And I'm thinking, climb a mountain? No way, man. I'll stick to folk singing. Thank you. My freshman year, I was offered the chance to go to Peru. There were a couple of different programs that I could launch into. One was audio engineer program, and you take sound equipment, you go to the jungles of Peru, and you analyze frog sounds. And I dig that kind of stuff. I dig recording and all that. So I'm like, yeah, I'll go do that. And filling out my application, and I figure I'll just see what my other opportunity could have been. Turns out this guy, Eric Weinmeier, was leading a hiking expedition into the mountains of Peru. And we would be climbing to, at the time, what was advertised as Machu Picchu. And I thought about it, and I'm like, I don't know, mountain climbing, that'd be cool, So, contrary to what I said in 4th grade, I wound up mountain climbing in Peru. And it was an amazing experience. Much less for the fact that I was one of about 9 blind students. There were 9 blind students and 11 sighted students. And that was very, honestly, liberating for me, because I've always been the guy, the only blind guy in the high school, the only blind guy in the town. I've just kind of been the lone wolf, as it were, And so to be a part of that team, and to be recognized as part of that team, kind of took away some of the, "Oh my God, you're a blind guy and you're amazing and you're climbing a mountain." It was like, no, I'm a part of an amazing team that's climbing a mountain. I hesitate really to use the word amazing, because it's just you do what you do. It's normal life, and it's normality for me. Not that climbing mountains is normal for anybody, I guess, aside from mountain climbers. So it was definitely an experience. Community service, we had the opportunity to go and paint a school and plant 450 of these trees for a couple of shepherds, village of shepherds. It was way up in the mountains, who had depleted all of their natural resources. And so we went up and we planted 450 of these trees, and got to interact with the local children who didn't understand, why we weren't bringing baskets to sell, because that's what blind people did in Peru. We were basket weavers. You're born and they say here's a basket, and they teach you how to weave it. And, that's your craft. And everywhere we went, "Can I buy your baskets?" "Yeah, no, we're not selling. Don't have it." So you'd run into all these young Peruvian children who the poverty levels in Peru were immense, and you'd run into all these children who their greeting to you would not be, "Hola" or "Cómo estás" or "Buenos días." It was dulces, which is sweet, or candy. They were so used to these American tourists coming up and just throwing them sugar, that's what they expected from us. And it definitely taught me a lot about teamwork, going up in the mountains. Bless you. Pushed me far beyond, what I had ever thought I could or would accomplish. And I got to eat guinea pig while I was there, so that was really groovy. Deep fried guinea pig on a stick, man, tastes like chicken. And it was definitely a life-changing experience, and I've ever since then I've just kind of been trying to find ways to top that. And once you reach 16,000 feet, I don't know how much further up you can go. I'm still trying to figure that out. And so I've just kind of geared my life towards that advocacy thing, working for disability rights and that kind of stuff, using my communications skills for public speaking. I've been in front of Congress and that kind of thing, championing blind rights and literacy rates. There's 12% of the blind that know how to read and write. It's a really discouraging factor. There's 75% of us who are unemployed. So, mountains to climb, and I'm not going to stop until I reach that summit.
Excellent.